During a late shift inside a warehouse, a forklift operator briefly lost focus while driving through the storage area. For just a moment, he dozed off at the controls. The forklift drifted off course and struck a stacked pallet. The impact caused several nearby stacks to topple, damaging materials and blocking the aisle. Fortunately, no one was injured, but the loss was significant. This incident serves as a clear reminder that fatigue and distraction are serious safety risks in material handling operations. Forklift operators should always be well rested and alert before starting a shift. Supervisors must monitor signs of tiredness and encourage regular breaks to prevent fatigue-related mistakes. A highway maintenance worker had parked his service vehicle on the roadside, marked with warning cones and hazard lights. Suddenly, a box truck traveling in the same lane suddenly drifted toward the shoulder. The truck clipped the rear side of the parked maintenance vehicle, causing significant damage. Fortunately, the worker was managed to step back at time and avoided injury. Quick awareness and proper safety placement likely saved his life. This event highlights the importance of maintaining proper work zone setup on highways. Cones, reflective signage, and flashing lights should always be positioned far enough to give oncoming drivers time to react. A cat owner arrived at a veterinary clinic for a routine checkup. When the veterinarian carefully opened the carrier to examine the cat, the animal suddenly became agitated. Startled by the unfamiliar surroundings and new faces, it lashed out and scratched the doctor before quickly retreating. This incident highlights the importance of animal handling safety for both pet owners and veterinary staff. Cats, in particular, can become highly defensive in unfamiliar spaces, especially when they sense new smells, loud sounds, or medical instruments. To prevent such reactions, pet owners should use secure carriers with ventilation and ensure the pet is calm before travel. Approaching animals slowly, allowing them to adjust to their surroundings, and speaking in calm tones helps them feel less threatened. During maintenance work in a factory, a worker opened a high-pressure valve without confirming that the system was fully depressurized. The sudden release of pressure caused a serious incident that affected a nearby supervisor. This event highlights the need for strict lockout and tagout procedures whenever maintenance is performed on pressurized equipment. Before opening any valve or pipeline, workers must ensure all connected lines are isolated and pressure is safely released through approved vents. In Indonesia, a woman was working in her kitchen, focused on her daily cooking routine. Without warning, the gas cylinder she was using malfunctioned and burst, filling the kitchen with smoke and flames. Thankfully, she reacted quickly and escaped the area unharmed before the situation grew worse. This event reminds us that domestic gas safety is essential for every household. Gas cylinders should always be placed in a well-ventilated area, away from direct sunlight and heat sources. Regularly checking the regulator, valve, and hose connections for cracks or leaks can prevent dangerous pressure buildup. Before lighting a stove, it's important to make sure there is no unusual smell of gas in the kitchen. If a leak is suspected, immediately turn off the cylinder valve, open all doors and windows, and avoid using electrical switches or flames. Inside a busy restaurant kitchen, chefs were focused on their daily cooking routines, while a worker was adjusting the gas cylinders nearby. Suddenly, one of the cylinders tilted and rolled into the kitchen area, releasing gas from a loose valve. As the staff tried to stop the leak, the gas caught fire. Within seconds, flames appeared near the cooking range. Fortunately, everyone reacted quickly and managed to escape before the situation worsened. Gas cylinders should always be placed on stable, level ground and secured with brackets or chains to prevent them from tipping. Near a storage facility, a cargo truck was parked along the roadside for a routine unloading operation. A forklift operator was carefully transferring materials from the truck to the storage area. Everything appeared normal and well coordinated, but during one unloading attempt, as the forklift stopped near the truck to pick up the next pallet, a cargo rickshaw approached the same area at high speed. The driver, unaware of the ongoing operation, drove too close and made contact with the raised forks. This incident demonstrates how coordination and restricted access are essential during loading operations. All unloading areas should have clearly marked boundaries with warning signs or barriers to keep unauthorized vehicles out. At an under-construction building, workers were busy performing their daily tasks on the rooftop. The environment was active, materials being lifted, tools being moved, and cranes operating above. One worker stepped closer to the roof's edge while checking material placement. At the same time, an overhead crane was lowering steel wires nearby. As the crane's cables moved across the working area, the worker's hand accidentally got caught in one of the moving lines. Before he could react, the crane began shifting toward the edge, pulling him off balance. In an instant, he lost his footing and fell from the structure. This incident highlights the critical importance of safety coordination between ground workers and crane operators. Every construction site must enforce restricted zones beneath and around crane paths. No worker should stand or move within the swing radius or cable area when the crane is in operation. Inside a textile unit, workers were performing their routine operations around a large warping roller machine, a device used to wind yarns evenly onto beams for fabric production. One worker was operating the roller, standing close to the rotating section while monitoring the tension of the threads. Everything seemed normal and smooth. But suddenly, the worker's clothing came into contact with the moving roller. Within seconds, he was pulled toward the machine before nearby workers could react. They immediately stopped the equipment and rushed to help, but the incident had already occurred. This event serves as a powerful reminder that rotating machinery requires strict safety discipline at all times. Workers must maintain a safe distance from moving rollers, belts, or shafts. Even loose sleeves, gloves, or hanging ID cards can easily get caught in fast-moving parts. Wearing fitted clothing, safety vests, and avoiding accessories is essential when working near such equipment. A loaded truck was traveling at high speed through a sharp roadside curve. As it turned, the heavy weight of bricks shifted, causing the truck to lose balance and tip sideways. The vehicle made contact with a few parked motorcycles and nearby riders. Local residents quickly rushed in, clearing the fallen bricks and managing to free the trapped riders after an intense effort. This incident emphasizes several key lessons for both drivers and those working or standing near active roads. First, speed should always be reduced before approaching a curve, especially when carrying a heavy or uneven load. The centrifugal force during a turn can easily destabilize a vehicle if its center of gravity is too high or improperly balanced. Second, cargo such as bricks, gravel, or construction material must be evenly distributed and tightly secured to prevent shifting during movement. Third, people standing or parking close to road bends should always maintain a safe distance from traffic lanes. Sharp turns limit a driver's visibility and reaction time, making roadside areas high-risk zones. Lastly, emergency response training for local workers and bystanders can make a big difference.